Today, I'm going to tell you about the 100% legal trick to save thousands of dollars in taxes. Let's begin. Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Arjun and welcome back to the channel where we talk about all things money. A bunch of you had made requests asking for my take on the Backdoor Roth IRA, and I finally got around to making a video on it. I'll be talking about what exactly it is, how to go about implementing it, what its current state is in 2022, and finally, and probably most interestingly, why I will not be contributing to it. You'll have to wait and watch the entire video to find out. But first, let's back up and quickly talk about what a Roth IRA is. It is an individual retirement account that takes after-tax dollars. Your contributions grow tax-free and your withdrawals at retirement are also tax-free. This saves you a ton in taxes, assuming of course that you've had the account open for at least 5 years. I don't want to go into too much more detail. I have made an entire video about it if you want to learn more up here. But today I wanted to focus on the catch. Unfortunately, if you are above a certain income limit, which would be $140,000 if single or $208,000 if filing jointly, then that makes you ineligible from directly contributing to a Roth IRA. But it's not all bad news because a clever hack was discovered that lets you bypass these income limits called the backdoor method. Get your head out of the gutter. It's basically a process where you contribute to a traditional IRA first and then convert that over to a Roth, thus giving you all of the tax benefits that I mentioned. Remember that your income limit is calculated based on your MAGI, or modified adjusted gross income. This basically adjusts your income for things like tax deductions and credits. So for example, if you're making $150,000 in a year and you contribute $20,000 to your 401k as well as $3,000 to your HSA, then your MAGI becomes $127,000 for the year. This makes you eligible for a regular Roth IRA, despite technically being above the income limit. Other ways to reduce your MAGI include things like student loan interest, FSA contributions, charitable donations, etc. If you're still above the income limit, that's when you resort to the backdoor method. Alright, let's talk about the process of implementing it. It's actually surprisingly simple. Step 1 involves opening up both a traditional as well as a Roth IRA with your brokerage. My favorites would be Fidelity and Vanguard. Step number 2 is to contribute to the traditional IRA and leave your money in cash. This whole process becomes a lot easier if 1, you contribute the entire 6K amount in one go, and 2, you don't have any excess money left in your traditional IRA, meaning you won't have to worry about the pro rata rule, which is a pain in the backside. The next step is to convert your money from the traditional IRA over to the Roth IRA. It'll give you some information about taxes and then do the conversion for you. The final step, which some people forget about, is to invest your money. I just like to keep things fairly simple and split my investments between a total US market fund and a total international market fund. Now that you understand what the backdoor IRA is, let's talk about its current state in 2022. If you remember from early on in the video, I said that I will not be utilizing the backdoor method. Some of you might be a little confused about this because you know how much of an advocate I am for tax advantaged accounts, and I usually max these out as early on in the year as possible. Well, the reason for not doing so right now is the Build Back Better program from the government. Quite bluntly, this bill bans both the backdoor as well as the mega backdoor hacks. It hasn't been passed yet, but there are discussions going on. There are basically 4 scenarios that can come out of this. The first is that the law doesn't pass and things continue the way they are. This would be the best case scenario since the loophole lives on, and right now it also seems like the most likely. The second is that the bill passes and the ban goes into effect on Jan 1st, 2023. This would mean that 2022 contributions are still fair game, but anything beyond that becomes illegal. I would say that there's around a medium possibility of this happening. The third is that the bill passes sometime mid-year, let's say April 15th, and the ban becomes effective from the next day onwards. In this case, all of the early contributors would benefit, and folks looking to contribute after that would miss out. There's a small chance that this could happen. In the final scenario, the law gets passed, and the bill is made retroactive to Jan 1st, 2022. There's a low probability that this happens, but it does put early contributors into a bit of a situation. They'll have to go back, unwind their contributions, fill a whole bunch of tax forms, etc., etc. Not fun stuff. As for me personally, I think the bill will be addressed in the next 4 to 5 months, so I'm just gonna wait it out. I don't want to deal with all of the extra work if the last scenario plays out. It has happened in the past, by the way. So I'm planning to contribute to a regular taxable brokerage for now. And then based on the outcome of the bill, I'll decide whether to backdoor or not later in the year. It is a personal decision, and I'm not saying that mine is the right approach by any means. If you don't want to miss out on the opportunity, then contributing early is fair too. It's just good to be aware of all of the consequences. Let me know what your points of view are on this in the comment section down below. Either way, contributing for 2021 is still open to everyone up until April 15th of this year. So I would consider doing that first before even thinking about 2022. Not financial advice, by the way. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.